just like watercolor that I was kind of just doing to relax, and I didn't really intend on keeping, and it's gonna be perfect for some experiments. I've got some just this gouache that I got on clearance at like it was in the clearance bin at the craft store, and it'll be perfect because I want to see if we can use it as a resist for some indie ink. And I saw somebody do this a while back. Um, and it was one of those things that I took note of, but I haven't actually done it yet. And I do have a palette here. This one's dedicated for India ink, which is quite nice because I don't have to like mess up the other wells. I just have a dedicated well specifically for India ink. We may use it, we may not. I also have, actually, yeah, we'll start there. I've got a palette handy just to see, let's see, we'll do that. Got a nice big brush. And I just thought we could just experiment and play. I had picked up a mixed media book from the library that I really like. And because um, it's so experimental. And I always like it because people are using supplies for mixed media in a way that they're not really intended to. I'm actually grabbing baby wipes too, so I can just easily wipe my hands, which is funny because I don't have kids. But I do like, I said, how do I want to do this? I think, actually I'm gonna take my ring off because I think we're just gonna do some finger painting. And what my idea is currently is I was thinking that we could just like roughly, because this is watercolor paper and it is textured, that maybe we could, oh, let's just do it. That maybe we could just kind of like take advantage of that texture. And the idea that I saw was that India ink, or sorry, gouache works as a resist. And because it is water-based, we can just wash the gouache right off. And that will be serve as a resist for the India ink. So that's what we're going to try today and just see. And because this was, like I said, I wasn't really all that attached to this watercolor painting. I was just really just messing around with it. So that wasn't like that big of a deal for me to do this with. But since I already have color on the what am I saying? On the on the watercolor paper, we can just take a wet rag, wipe it off, and then see what patterns we come up with the India ink. So that's kind of the plan right now, is just to kind of see, and I kind of want to work it into the tooth of it all. And yeah, I think the textures are going to be really fun using this as a resist. And see what comes up with that India ink. I think that's going to be really. Does anybody else just like to get their hands like right into right into the paint? Like brushes are great, but you know, sometimes you just really want to enjoy nature's paintbrushes. I'm trying not to get, actually that's too much. I want to get like a little bit less, I think, and just build up the texture. Hi, how are ya? And I just want to build this texture because it'll be interesting just to see if the India ink does, how it does come through once we put that down and then resist it. Yeah, that's messy. it is messy, it is, but honestly, it's kind of nice. There's that whole thing of like, what's it called? Just like that tactile feeling of getting into whatever you're working with. And I think also, you guys, I used to be a baker. I was a pastry chef. And it's been like, I think that's been like the funniest thing about transitioning from things that I do with my hands to things that are on paper is I'm so used to having my hands really in it. so this has actually been like, this is like the really fun part to me. It is cool, messy. It is true. It is true. But I think I'm going to. Why don't we just? I think maybe we'll just try this for now because we do have a second one that we can use. But I do have a baby wipe here. And because it is gouache, it's like water, you know, it comes off with water. So it's not gonna be like such a pain to deal with later. I just want to get most of it on my hands before we get into the India ink, which I will not be using my hands because India ink, that's where things get crazy. That is where things. And I'm wearing an old pajama shirt that I don't care about. It's gouache. It's gouache. So it's like a thick watercolor. So it's water based, but the opacity you get it's a lot thicker, and but you can add water to it and make it act just like watercolor. But the there's a lot more to it, and there's a lot of things about gouache that I'm still learning actually. But I think this will be really fun. And I'm trying to decide. Let's bring this in. So I've got this dedicated well on my palette specifically for India ink, and a little goes a long way. So I'm just gonna put like a drop or two. And what I was thinking was we could do like, I'm kind of curious to see if we can do like a darker one, but we can add water to the India ink and make it a little gray. So I just kind of want to like, I don't know, just do this. And I think the gouache dries really quickly in just like really light applications. So we'll just kind of see. I want to do this first and just get like the darkest in here, and then add water to that ink. But I kind of want to see just how speckly we can get it. We're no plan. We're just going in. We are just going in. Actually, I want a little more ink than that. The top of this is literally covered with cat hair. Love that for us. Love that. Does anybody else play with gouache or with India ink? Because I'm just getting more into it. I actually just do a lot of drawing. I don't typically mess with this, but mixed media is something that I find to be pretty cool. I think we're done with that. Let's add some water, huh? It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Are you doing anything fun? I don't want to put too much water because I don't want the gouache is gonna pick up too much. So let's see, right here. And the biggest struggle in all of this is I get impatient. So I don't know how long I'll be able to handle it before I start wiping all of this off. But we should probably let the India ink set up a little bit more before we wipe off the gouache resist. Are you doing anything fun for your birthday? What is today? Today's Thursday? No, today's Friday. I don't know if that makes a difference to anyone. I guess it just depends on what your work schedule's like, really. I work on the weekend, so Friday just means busy to me. Okay, I think I'm gonna oops, I kind of want to dry, maybe we should blow it. I don't know, what do we think? No, we should wait, it's pretty damp. Don't be crazy. I want that India ink I'll put that aside. And then for this one, okay, this is what I'm curious about, if you guys have any insight. Should we put down a bunch of gouache and then take our palette knife and like scribble into it? Or should we kind of do a similar test as our first one? That one I'm not, I didn't really think this through. Actually, you know what? We're here to play. It doesn't matter. This is not life or death. We have other watercolor stuff to play with, other watercolor paper that we can mess with, or sketch paper. You're going ice skating tomorrow? Oh, fun! Are you doing? Is it like outside, or are you going to like a certain rink? We have like an outdoor rink where I am. Ooh, you know what? Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll put like a thicker coat here and just finger paint it on. Do some scratching. Let that set up, and then we'll like put in some India ink with it. Maybe we'll try that. Maybe we'll try that. Let's do some red. Not too worried about the colors because we're probably going to be removing quite a bit of this, so I'm not too worried about all of that. But I really like working it in to the texture of the watercolor paper. And also, if you are stressed, this is amazing. This is amazing. Get your hands in there. If you are like me and you have you know, some problems with anxiety, I find that getting my hands into some paint is quite lovely, actually, which is pretty fun. Okay, we're gonna go with vermilion next. We're gonna go to town here. Okay, and maybe we should do like we'll do some blending here maybe, and just let it blend on the page. Why not? We're here to play. And just like, just see. This is really satisfying. Does anybody else find this really satisfying? I'm in my element. I am here. All right, and then I think do that. Let's go pop in some green and just see. We are disregarding all rules today. Okay, I want to do that, but I also kind of want to take, oops. I think I got paint all over that. How do we feel about that? Is that wild? What do we think of that? The other thing too about the paper is I kind of like the idea. That is pretty. Can you tell on camera how that's oh, cat hair. Can you tell how that's just blended itself? It's so pretty. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Let's continue. Actually, let's see. Let's see if this is dry yet. Because if this is dry, then we'll go ahead and yeah, this is dry. Let's do this real quick. I'm gonna put that aside because I think we might do like another layer on that. And let's grab. Should we grab a cloth? Actually, hold on. I kind of want to see. I'm actually gonna use. This is probably not a thing. Let's just try it with the baby wipe and just see what we get here. That's not really working. The lady that I watched, she did it, she actually put the whole sheet like in the sink and just like ran a whole bunch of water over it. But I want to see if this is something, how this will turn out with just, like, will we wreck the paper at this point? Like, and when I say wreck, like, is it going to disintegrate? Ooh, even the India ink's coming up in those spots too. That worked totally different than how I was going to. Okay, how about this? How about, now that we've rubbed most of it off, what if we do this? The most satisfying of all. Isn't that pretty? Look. Look at that spread. I'm gonna do this up close to the camera. Can you see it okay? Yes. This is where it's at. Love that. I love that. It is so fun. Sorry, I know it's kind of bouncy. I'm just trying to hold it up so you can see it. Yeah, I think we'll start there. And then maybe we'll... Oops, did I just get India ink all over my... Oh, no, I didn't. It's just water. Never mind. Being a drama queen for no reason. And then... Why don't we just do this? Why not? I just kind of like tie these two together a little bit. Maybe kind of fun here. I mean, should we go more? I kind of like just like that. let's drag out some of it and just see what that does. It's such a contrast, isn't it? Just like see if it'll pull out a little bit more. Maybe that India ink will drag out, or the gouache. But we wiped off so much, didn't we? So much lifted off the paper. I thought it was gonna be more of a resist, but it might be that the way that that lady did it, running it under the water in her sink, that might have been just more effective. Or I just didn't let it dry enough and I got too impatient. That is absolutely it. Oh, sorry, I am neglecting the chat. I'm sorry. It is kind of fun, isn't it? It is kind of fun. It's looking, you know what, I think the way that my, the light's coming in from the window, it's looking much lighter on camera. So I'm gonna try to, this might move all the paint, but I'm gonna try to bring it a little bit closer and away from the light, just to see if you can see that a little bit better. It's also pretty damp, so it's reflecting quite a bit. But that's crazy that gouache didn't come up. I thought that was gonna lift up pretty well because it wasn't really all that dry. It was still tacky. So I thought it was gonna come up quite a bit. I like your emoji collection. That is awesome. You know what? Let's do it again. I think we should just do it. I think we should do it with this one. Oh, we just erased everything. Sure did. Sure did. Well, maybe we'll let that dry and maybe we'll just do something else on it. I'm trying really hard not to get India ink all over my hands. Gouache is fine because it washes off, but the India ink has some staying power. Okay, let's see how we're doing over here. Should we just try to, let's just try to scratch it, huh? It might be set up too much. I was hoping, although it's really light. I think we should come this way. Since I'm left-handed, I'm trying to like, are we centered? Yes. What colors does everybody like right now? I oscillate so much. I love orange. I'm gonna be real. Orange is like my jam. Let's shake this up a little bit because these ones, they really separate kind of a lot. Yeah, see? Craziness. Oh, I need to refresh my thing here. Hold on a second. Okay, we're good. How about I'm honestly kind of digging it. And this is what I love about doing this stuff live, is it just, we never know where we're gonna end up. We always end up someplace very, Very random. That purple looks nice. Actually, you know what? I mean, it's kind of like having an underpainting, right? Because we had the watercolor painting under here. And so like as we're kind of making this a little bit thinner, that is poking through in a really pretty way. Can you guys see that? Particularly here with the purple. That broke up and got into the... It broke up really nicely, actually. That's a really fun thing. So if you have any paintings or anything that you've made that you're like totally cool covering up, this is pretty fun. And this is this is just watercolor paper, this one. So it's pretty toothy. It has a lot of texture to it. And yeah, so what do you what kind of art do you make? Is it Neo Muga? Is that oops, wait. Yeah, I do want this one. I like this dark green and this dark purple together. If anyone has some fun art experiments they've been trying lately and want to share, I'm always looking. This is just playtime for me. It's like, it's kind of like sandbox, like a little kid sandbox, you know? Kind of like, I think put yellow in there. I've been reserving yellow for just the right time, and I think it has arrived. I think that's here. I'm sorry if I keep bumping this out of frame. I apologize. Let's do that. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. What kind of art do you like, or what kind of medium are you messing around with these days? There we go. Let's put this yellow here. It's really satisfying, like working the paint into the tooth of the paper. It just feels really nice. It's texturally very nice on the fingers. Is that crazy? I like it though. Should we dump in some India ink? I kind of feel like we should. How about we... Oops. Oh, I just dropped some water on there. That's okay. I think we'll I kind of want to put some there, but I also want to mix in some dark. This corner just speaks to me in terms of the darkness here. I think we'll do that, and then I kind of want to maybe take that, although I don't know, I think we can just, oh, look at that. I kind of like how that's kind of coming into those colors. Let me just kind of brush that in a little bit. What do you guys think? I think this is kind of fun. I think I'm gonna dab it just a little bit. Just dab off some of the excess. Been drying. Oh, that's cool. Are you having fun with it? Is that... I mean, I'm guessing so if you've been doing it for the last few months. Okay, I think I want to do that, and then I want to layer it. Oops. And then I want to layer it again, I think. Do you play hockey? Yeah, I think I want to bring this back in because I'm really liking that. It's pretty cool. Let's try it in the... You can really see the underpainting coming through here. You do play hockey? Hockey looks fun. I've never actually played it. It looks really fun, though. I can imagine. I can imagine that being a really fun thing to do. Those are great. All right, I think I'm gonna let that set up a little bit and then come up on this side and have a look. I might let that dry and then see how, come back over it with other colors. Is this totally dry? Yeah, gouache dries so fast. That is crazy. So how about we do this? How about we do... You play football too? Nice. Let's see. How about we... Is this really... Did we use cerulean blue? I don't think we have yet. I kind of want to see. Let's just dab some there. And kind of want to do it like this. But then come through with this, since it's so wet. And lift that off a little bit. I would actually like to do this with, I talked about this on yesterday's live stream, but I've been drawing a lot of graphic novel and like manga, and that's been like really, really fun. And I think it'd be pretty cool to etch in some characters like this. And just make some cool scratches here. And just rough it up. What do we think of that? Oh, did you see that? That was the India ink. It totally came up on me. I forgot that was still wet. That's all right. That's all right. It kind of looks like a nail. Like a You're a quarterback? How fun. Just getting after it on the field, huh? How do we feel about that? I'm kind of digging it. I don't know. I think it's, let me look at the camera here. Yeah, it's showing up on camera, so that's good. I was worried that it wouldn't. So why don't we try it with actually some, let's try it with a kind of, well, not crimson. Let's try it with yellow. No. Sorry. I want to try it with the yellow ochre. I think that might be quite fun. Let's see here. I kind of want to, I can't decide. I'm just going to plop some down. I'm just going to do a little bit and try it with that whole thing we just did with the blue. Just kind of work that into the paper just a little bit, and then lift it. This one we did more scratches. But I think that's fun. Why is this so fun? You know what? It almost, if I'm being honest, it almost looks like, is this too wide for the, hold on, I might have to lift up the camera a little bit. Yeah. Like it could almost be like, does anybody else, am I crazy? Like if we just turn it. You do art like that too, multi-fan? Nice. This was all an experiment. We had pulled out some India ink, and we had started doing some tests, but I think I kind of messed it up. Do you ever use gouache as a resist for India ink? We tried it with the blue, and I didn't quite. I don't know if I let the gouache set up a little bit too much, but I couldn't get it off. I couldn't get off the paper. I might just have to rinse it some more. But this is fun. This is really fun. Really satisfying. Great if you're having a day and you just need to do something else. This was unexpected. This was a good time. We'd also put some India ink here in the corner, but I think that's pretty well dried up because we had done this was actually a painting or a paper that had been left over from another live where we were just playing around with watercolor, and I just didn't really like the way it dried, so we're repurposing paper today. I use resin to make it shiny. Cool. Yeah, you know what? I need to pick up some resin. I started drawing and painting regularly just this last summer, and I've acquired quite a few art supplies, but I haven't played with resin or there are a lot of mediums that I want to try too, just to change the way that the to kind of mix with the paint. But yeah, this was unexpected. I did not expect this to be so fun. I think with this one, we really wrecked up the paper, so I think we should just take this off the block real quick. I'm gonna set it over here just for now. It's a watercolor block. I really don't care. This paper has been through it. So I think we're just gonna, we're going to take this off. You can, oh, I think I've seen that before. I need to remember that. That's a good tip. Thank you. You know when you are, when you're kind of looking at different types of ways to use art supplies, but then you watch so many different tutorials or shorts that that it's just like, and of course I didn't write them down because, but I just totally forgot about that. Thank you so much for reminding me. There was still some paint on the palette knife, so we do have some we do have some rogue paint on this one, so we're already off to the races. I did it in one of my paintings as well. Nice, awesome. Yeah, I'll follow you back for sure, and check that out because it's always fun to find things like this, Okay, so this is totally clean. We're not starting with any kind of underpainting. So this will be a complete, got a ticket for the Blackhawks game. Is that this weekend for your birthday, Neo? Let's see. Actually, I need to refresh my screen here. My chat is really lagging on my laptop for some reason. Okay. Cool. Okay. Who's feeling purple? I'm kind of feeling the purple. Should we try to do like, let me make sure this is in frame. 1 second. Because that seems to be like the bane of my existence. is me keeping the paper in frame. Let's just do it. Let's try. This is kind of crazy. But again, this is like, I got this gouache out of the clearance bin, like at the bottom, and I was like, this is like that's perfect because it wasn't very, because I didn't pay very much for it. I feel like a little bit freer to experiment with it, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I think we're going to continue with the finger painting because that's been quite nice. I know it's tonight at 7. Nice. So your pre-birthday plan? Pre-birthday celebration? I think we'll do that, and then I kind of want to bring in, where is it? I was looking for the Prussian blue. I think it's, I've really made a mess of my table, you guys. I just have stuff everywhere. Let's do, well, I kind of feeling green. I don't know why. I really like purple and green together. You just have lots of colors and a ruler. Oh, yeah. I saw that in a short. It may have been yours. I don't know. It may have been yours. Do I have a ruler over here? I don't think I do. I might have to reserve that for next time. But you know what we can do? I've got this little palette knife. You want to do that? Let's do that. Let's try that. Let's try that. God, you're bringing in some great tips. Let's just do that. So it's, I don't have a ruler, but we can, let's just marble it a bit and just see what we come up with. What do you think? That's kind of fun. Do you see how, can you see how the, can you see, sorry, I've got that. Ooh. I need to work on my setup, you guys. I like that ribbony. Is that what you were talking about? Is it multi-fan? Is that how you say it? That is quite excellent. Love that. Love that. I've been doing so much drawing and I've just completely abandoned all paints. Let's go with, I actually really like this burnt sienna. Is that weird? Let's just see how that looks. I also need to keep an eye out. I opened the door so that my cats could go outside and sunbathe, but for some reason we just had like a string of like pretty sunny days. Yesterday wasn't so much, but it's just been like really quite nice this time of the day, even though it's been so brutally cold at night. It's just been a little bit nicer out, but they like to hang out on the porch. Try to add different colors so the paint doesn't muddy. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think I'll, what are we feeling? I'm thinking, let's just do some Prussian blue. Northern Lights. Yeah, let's add some Prussian blue because I think we actually had, that's one thing that I'm really excited for. And is sometimes we'll get a glimpse of the Northern Lights. And it's probably nothing compared to the real thing, but that glimpse is just like everything. It is gorgeous, man. When are you doing your next live? I've been trying to go live around 11. But yeah, if you hit like the notification bell too, that'll tell you. I'm actually gonna make a community post. You know, just kind of seeing what everybody thinks and kind of set up like a better schedule. But thank you so much for all of your tips. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next time. Let's do, I'm kind of feeling this. And I kind of just want to mix it right on the palette. I want to do, oh, oops. Oh gosh, let's drop that cap. I want to do this. Yeah, I'll follow you back. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Let's just do some of this, huh? All right, what are we doing next? I think I'm going to, I want to decide what to put in between here, and I'm kind of feeling, is yellow great? No, let's not do it. Well, maybe we should do yellow. If anybody wants to make a vote, because I want to put something in between the cerulean, and I'm almost wondering if maybe I should just, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna do, if nobody's, oh, thank you. I think, you know what I think we should do? I don't like to use white, but I think I'm gonna put a dab of white in here and let this marble, maybe like more of like a sky vibe. I don't know, what do you guys think? We should just try it, because like the worst that could happen is we don't like it, and then we'll know for the next time. Okay, here we go. Oops, let's get this other paint off of. Okay, here we go. Let's just kind of like, is that too much white? I don't know. Ooh. Just mix it around let it marble on the palette, or let it marble on the paper. Is this crazy? What do we think? Is this looking crazy? Is it looking kind of disjunct? I don't know. I mean, not that it matters, like we're just having fun, but I kind of, actually I should just let myself just play. I don't know why I'm like trying to decide what. Okay. Oh, I wonder if I can lift that up. Ooh. I had some blue where I didn't want it. I'll just see if I can dab it up a little bit. Oh, wait, hold on. What are we doing? Let's try to dab it just a little bit. Let's see. Just like a few dabs here and there to fill in the spaces, because I really like the, I'll bring it up closer in a second, but there's this texture just from the palette knife here. Can you see? I love that texture, that palette knife texture, but we might just do like some little fluffy, like a little fluffy bit. You have to go, well, happy birthday again, Neo. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill in this part. I just want to dab it in a little bit and keep some of that over there. And then from there, bye. And then I think what I want to do is come back with like, what do you call it? I think once it sets up, I might go like one more time with the purple